Hi everybody, and this is Jason Major with another episode of the Biblical Cinematic Universe. Today we're talking about the new Samson Pure Flix movie, and which I just got a chance to see. I did a double feature of Marvel's Black Panther and Samson. I'll be honest with you, one of those was a better movie. And it wasn't Samson. So let's get in straight into my thoughts. First of all, I recommend going to see this movie not the same day that you see a Black Panther movie. It's just two different genres. It's a little, but all seriousness aside, Pure Flix has this movie, and before I get into that, I would say that in a previous video I said that there was like 3 marketing viral videos they did. They now have a 4th one where like Samson tells riddles. It was okay. I don't. That's basically all my review of that. So where do I start? I was kind of a little surprised. I was expecting. I'll be honest with you. The movie very much sticks to the biblical story, except when it gets to like the Samson Delilah plot. I felt like that a lot of that was cut short once we got to that Samson Delilah storyline. So I'm not really like I wasn't really like I mean, spoilers for a movie that's based on the Bible, but you know every Bible movie has its interpretation. So let's go into what I liked about the movie. Billy Zane was fun to see as the king of the Philistines. I thought he was a fun villain, a throwback to, you know, an over-the-top acting that he would have done in like the Brandon Fraser Mummy movies and other films like that. So I enjoyed seeing him as the villain. I kind of wish that he would have been the main villain, because there's like him and then there's like his son, the king of the Philistines' son, who's the prince who wants to be the heir of the throne, and he's more the main villain in this movie. And I thought Billy Zane was the more charismatic of the two. Rudder, I can't pronounce his name, but I think it's basically the guy who played Earl, Earl in Batman Begins. He was the kind of one of the guys trying to take over Wayne Industries, who was a corporate guy. He is Manoah, which is Samson's father, and Lindsay Wagner's in this, who is the bionic woman from the 70s. Those actors are in very small roles, like almost to the point where like what you see in the trailer is what you see in the movie, which was again very surprising. I found that Taylor James' Samson was better in the first half than in the second half when he was younger Samson. I found that if this was an episode of Roma Downey and Mark Burnett's The Bible miniseries, I probably would have enjoyed it as a good episodic episode. But I understand that it's a lower budget, but I felt like there was something more than I was looking for in terms of like something a little bit more fresh take or just something interesting like Risen had done. Even Mark Burnett and Roma Downey's Ben-Hur movie, which, you know, it falls off the cliff when you get to that last 15 minutes. There are elements of that Ben-Hur movie that aren't bad, actually. And I would say, so this one, in terms of Bible movies, I actually would put it on a lower scale of some of the more recent Bible movies that have come out, in all honesty. I liked some of the action sequences with Samson. Him fighting the 1,000 Philistines was a cool battle. But I felt that there was some editing choices where it felt like you were taking out some of the more the character development of, especially with Delilah. Like I really didn't understand why Delilah, what's going on with the dynamic between. There's no chemistry really between Samson and Delilah, I found in this movie, without getting into spoilers of why. It just felt like that was underdeveloped. It was almost like he meets her and she says, "Well, I have a place where you can hide," and then all of a sudden, I guess they've been lovers for a while, and all of a sudden she cuts her hair, and in this movie she's more of a victim. She's more like the victim of like being manipulated by the film the you know the by the king, as the king's son, as opposed to being responsible for her own actions like she was. And she was a lot more dynamic with, of course, in the Cecil B. DeMille one, where she kind of like, it was almost like in the Cecil B. DeMille one, it was like she hardened her heart because it was like her sister was Samson's first wife, and so she had been, and Delilah had been double rejected as Samson's love interest, and then she wanted revenge. In this one, it's like you wondering why, like, why does she love Samson at all, or does she just feel, is she the bad guy, good guy? I felt like they just really underdeveloped the Delilah character, and because the Delilah character is so essential to this story, that for me is where it lacked. There is no end credit scene, so just so you know, there's no end credit scene. That's unfortunate because I wanted to see an end credit scene of Samson in the present day talking to David R. White for the God's Not Dead sequel. Set up the cinematic universe. I'm joking. There were some cool trailers though for some of the Pure Flix films coming up. I'll keep this review pretty simple. I would say that if you like Pure Flix movies and you like Bible movies, go see it and support it, because at its heart, it has the heart. It has the heart to want to do the story justice. However, me as reviewing it for anyone else, I'm going to give this movie a 6 out of 10. Maybe even a little bit lower if you're not going in, if you're just going in as a movie fan as opposed to like just wanting to see it as a Bible movie fan. I'd say maybe a 5 out of 10. I think this movie will play better on video, where I can rewatch it and just enjoy it as another episode of the biblical cinematic universe, so to speak. But from a standpoint of theater, from the big theatrical spectacle, especially after seeing Black Panther on the same day, my bad. I just would have to say 6 out of 10, but enjoy it in theater, and support other Bible movies being made. Thank you soon.